In this video, I'm going to be ranking the top 5 best obtainable cards at each position right now in NBA 2K25 Myteam, because there has been so many new cards to drop that are insanely good that are obtainable at each position. There's also been cards coming down in price quite a bit that are now considered obtainable, and you guys have been asking, I've seen a couple people in the comments asking for an updated top 5 best obtainable cards at each position. So we'll be talking about the top 5 best obtainable point guards, shooting guards, small forwards, power forwards, and centers. And what I do mean by obtainable is going to be any card that is affordable. This price range is going to range quite a bit. For most positions, it's going to be any card under like 300, 400,000 MT. But for the center position, we'll talk about that here in a second. There will be some more expensive cards, but again, we'll get there in a second. Talking about the top 5 best obtainable point guards, at the number 5 spot is going to be Dark Matter Caruso. A very good defensive point guard, and he's also free. So when it comes to an obtainable card, they can either be grinded for free, whether it's in the playoff spotlight sims, whether it's in the festival exchanges by grinding for pieces and exchanging those pieces for cards that are free, or it's like cards like Paul George in the free pass or whatever you do want to call it, right? Those are all the free cards in the game that are obtainable, right? So this Caruso card everybody can get, who is a 6'5" point guard with a 6'5" wingspan, but very good defensive stats and badges. I do like Caruso's jump shot, and he does have solid dribble sigs. At the number 4 spot is going to be this 100 overall Elgin Baylor, who isn't like ridiculously expensive. I mean, to be honest, this card might sell for 200,000 MT at the most, like maybe 250 at the very most, and he is a very good offensive card. 6'5" point guard, 6'8" wingspan. He's a 100 overall card, so 99 every single stat. He's got every single Hall of Fame defensive badge. The jump shot is a little bit questionable. I'm not the biggest fan of Oscar's upper, but I do think it's still a good release. Pro 2 fade, and then he has the exact best dribble sigs in the game. Garland dribble style, Steve Francis size up, Curry escape, Trey behind the back, Zach LaVine moving step back. This is an unbelievable point guard that is obtainable. Number 3 is going to be Galaxy Denny. Just because of his size at point guard. I mean, we're talking about a card that is 6'9" at point guard, plays amazing defense, and I think you have to put this card somewhere in your top 3. But number 2 and number 1 are going to be extremely good offensive cards at the point guard position, and that is going to be 100 overall Kazi Russell for about 200k, about the same price as Elgin Baylor, and I think he's definitely better than Elgin Baylor for his price tag, just because of his jump shot being a lot better in my opinion, but they are very similar cards in this game. But at the number 1 spot, it's going to be the new free Invincible Shea card that, again, everybody can grind in this game for completely free, and he is now obtainable in the NBA playoff spotlight sims. And we're talking about a card that is 6'6" at point guard with a 6'11" wingspan, 99 every single stat, has really good legend badges. And I know this card is a huge topic for debates when it comes to not having the tray behind the back, you know, could have maybe a better moving step back. But the thing about this Shea card is his jump shot is incredibly good. Allen Iverson base with Colin Sexton upper on very quick is maybe one of the best point guard jump shots in this game. He also has Pro 2 fade, and then he still has the Garland dribble style, Steve Francis size up, and the Kemba Walker escape as well. So just an unbelievable point guard, and these are going to be my top 5 best obtainable point guards in my team. Now moving on over to the top 5 best obtainable shooting guards. At number 5, I actually have a card from the new NBA Draft Festival, and I think that's going to be Glenn Robinson. He's obtainable because he's only 1,500 overall pieces in the festival, which is really not that hard to get. I mean, especially with how many free pieces they've been dropping in this game. The Go pieces for free on Sunday, the locker code. There has been a ton of different ways to earn event pieces, and to get 1,500 overalls is very simple and completely free to do. And this Glenn Robinson card is amazing. He's got 99 every single stat, 6'7" at shooting guard, has an incredible jump shot, Pro 2 fade, with almost the best dribble sigs in this game. Yeah, he has a horrible size up, and the size up does hurt this card a ton, but you got Garland dribble style, you got Curry escape, and you do have the tray behind the back. This is an unbelievable shooting guard that I think is really good for the amount of pieces that he does cost in the festival. But at number 4, I should say, I am going to go for 100 overall Shawn Marion. At number 2, I'm going to go for, at number 3, I'm going to go for 100 overall Glenn Rice, Shawn Marion at number 4. And to me, the difference is the dribble sigs, but Shawn Marion does have a lot more consistent of a jump shot in my opinion compared to Glenn Rice. And I would say Glenn Rice is maybe a bit more expensive. He's about 300 to 400k, where you're looking at Shawn Marion, who's only like 150. So Shawn Marion is a lot better for his price tag, but Glenn Rice to me is a slightly better card. He's got a little bit more height, a little bit less wingspan. The jump shot is a lot better on Shawn Marion for sure, and Shawn Marion does have the better fade, but the dribble sigs, like having that Steve Francis size up, to me does make a huge difference. Having the Trey behind the back does make a pretty big difference compared to the James Harden moving behind the back. So a lot better dribble sigs on Glenn Rice, and I think that allows him to be the better shooting guard. Shawn Marion's the better defender, so if you're looking for a defensive shooting guard, definitely go for Shawn Marion over Glenn Rice. But both these cards are affordable and some of the best shooting guards in this entire game. But at number 2 and number 1 is going to be the 2 cards from the Myteam Festival of Champions, which is going to be Dark Matter Cedric Maxwell at number 1 and Dark Matter Richard Jefferson at number 2. These 2 cards are incredibly good. I mean, Cedric is damn near an invincible card, 6'8" at shooting guard with a 7-foot wingspan. He has the best dribble sigs in the game. He's got the Pro 2 fade with a great jump shot, best motion style, almost perfect stats and badges, great player build, and Richard Jefferson is about the same, has an elite level jump shot, is just missing a good size up though. Now moving on over to the top 5 best obtainable small forwards in this game, and you guys are going to call me crazy, but I think Dark Matter Beasley is probably the 5th best obtainable small forward, and I don't think that's crazy to say. With how many good small forwards have just dropped in this game because of the NBA draft and the NBA draft festival, I mean, I kind of have to put this card at number 5. I mean, he's a great card. I still love this card in the no money spent, but he doesn't have a top tier dribble style. He doesn't have a top tier size up, and his behind the back isn't that great either. He still does have one of the best jump shots in this game, the Pro 2 fade, and he does have a great moving step back, and I absolutely love Michael Beasley. Don't get it twisted, I love this card. He's still one of my favorite cards in this entire game. But for example, at number 4, I mean, I'm just taking Joe Smith over him. If you compare the 2 cards, he's just a lot better. I mean, honestly, 6'10", 7'2" wingspan, better player model than Michael Beasley as well. Stats and badges, I mean, he's better defensively than Beasley, but they're about the same defensive stats, or they're about the same badges wise and stats wise. Jump shot definitely goes to Beasley for sure. He definitely has a better jump shot without a question. But then you take a look at the SIGs. I mean, a way better behind the back and a way better dribble style. To me, I think Joe Smith is a better card. He's also a lot better for his price, but even just as a card, as much as I hate to say it, I would take Joe Smith over Dark Matter Beasley. Number 3 is another, example of that. Elton Brand, a lot cheaper than Michael Beasley, and is one of the best value small forwards in this entire game. So is the card at number 2. I mean, we can compare Beasley to Purvis Ellison, and again, as much as I hate to do it, Purvis Ellison is just a much better card, at least on paper. Stats and badges wise, he's not much behind Dark Matter Beasley. If we take a look at the stats, like I guess Beasley's a bit faster, more agility, more vertical, more strength. Sure, Beasley's better stats wise, but then you take a look at the animations, and yeah, jump shot again goes to Michael Beasley, has a much better jump shot. They both have the Pro 2 fade, but then he's got the much better dribble style, the much better size up. He's got debatably the better escape, the much better behind the back, and the much better moving step back as well. And he's also 6'10", again, just like Joe Smith with a 7'2" wingspan. I'm taking Purvis Ellison over Michael Beasley, and this card's 5,000 MT. But at the number 1 spot, to me, the best obtainable small forward in this game is actually Kenyon Martin, a card that not too many people are talking about, but is seriously one of the best small forwards in this entire game. He is pretty much just Dark Matter Beasley, but better, because if you take a look at this card, he's 6'9" at small forward with a 7-foot wingspan, perfect stats and badges damn near for a Dark Matter, but his jump shot is incredibly good, like one of the best jump shots in this game, Pro 2 fade, with almost the best dribble sigs. He's just missing a Steve Francis size up, and he's just missing like a Zach LaVine moving step back. But I mean, he's got one of the best escapes, he's got the best behind the back and the best dribble style. This is an unbelievable card that only costs you 20 Dark Matter event pieces in the NBA Draft Festival, and I think he is by far the best obtainable small forward in this game. Now, talking about the top 5 best obtainable power forwards, again, this is another position that has changed a ton. Just like small forward, when it comes to the best obtainable cards at each position, the power forward spot is a lot different. At number 5, we got this 100 overall Greg Oden. At number 4 is going to be this 100 overall Kwame Brown. At number 3 is going to be this Dark Matter Bob Lanier. Number 2, I'm going to go Aloha Candy. I think this card is great for his price and is amazing at power forward because of his jump shot. And these are all new 4 cards that just dropped in the NBA Draft Festival event, whether it's in the packs or whether it's in the exchanges for Bob Lanier. And if we take a look at these cards, I mean, they're all incredible. Like Greg Oden is the worst out of the 5, or worst out of the 4, I guess we should say, for the first 4 cards we're talking about. But he's got perfect stats and badges. He's 7 foot at power forward with a nice jump shot, Pro 2 fade, best behind the back in the game, one of the best escapes in this game with a decent dribble style and a decent size up. This is an incredible power forward card. Kwame Brown is very similar. He's a little bit shorter, but does have a better jump shot in my opinion, and also about the same dribble sigs as well. But it just comes down to me liking the jump shot more on Kwame Brown compared to Greg Oden. And then you take a look at Bob Lanier, and this is one of the more underrated power forward cards in this game. 6'11" at power forward with a 7'3" wingspan. His stats besides the 3-point rating are all very good, and I guess the ball handle, but his defensive stats and badges are amazing. Jump shot is really good. Pro 2 fade with, best dribble style, one of the best escapes, the best behind the back in the game, with the best motion style. This Bob Lanier card is even less than 20 dark matter pieces. I want to say that he's 15 dark matter pieces. Yeah, he's 15 dark matter pieces, which is again super easy to obtain, no money spent without spending any money on this game. And Bob Lanier is a top tier power forward. And then you take a look at Oluwaseyi for 5,000 MT, a 7-foot power forward with a 7'8" wingspan, amazing stats and badges, with one of the fastest big man jump shots in the game, and also the Pro 2 fade. He's an unbelievable power forward card, but the best obtainable power forward is still got to be that 100 overall Miles Turner. He's got great dribble sigs, has a great jump shot, really good defensively, good height, good wingspan, and a good player model, and these are going to be my top 5 best obtainable power forwards currently in my team. Now boys, this is where we get to the interesting position, because what do we consider an obtainable card? To me, it's like any card under 500k, and that's why I'll show you guys the list here first. At number 5 is going to be Dark Matter Mark Eden. He's like 250k and below. Galaxy Opal Wemby is like 300,000 MT and below. Not the 100 overall, the Galaxy Opal, and he's a very good center card. So far, all these cards are under like 300k. Dark Matter Dikembe, also under 300k, or you can just exchange 3 invincible pieces in the new NBA Draft Festival, and you can get this card for free as well. So all 3 of these cards I think are easily obtainable centers. But here's where we get to an interesting conversation. I got my Dark Matter Rick Smith for, I want to say it was 470k, or is it I think it was 407, no, I think it was like 420. I don't remember. I did post it in my No Money Spent, so you guys can go back and check, but it's like around 450k for Dark Matter Rick Smith. I would consider that obtainable. Yes, it's really expensive, but for the center position, I feel like the rules kind of change a little bit when it comes to an obtainable card, because of how little good centers there are compared to the other positions in this game, where there is plethora, like there's so many, right? Other great power forwards, other great small forwards. Is one of the most stacked positions in this game. I can name Vladimir, AK, Tim Thomas, Luol Deng, right? Other amazing small forwards in this game, right? And there's so many other different cards you can choose to run that are at the top tier level, but at the center position, there's not too many cards that are actually affordable and very good. So the card at number 1 is going to be Taco Fall, because someone said, or a couple people, I think it was 1 or 2 people said in my comments, that if Rick Smith is considered obtainable, then so should Taco Fall. And I kind of agree with that, because for how good these cards are compared to the best centers in the game, they're not as expensive, but they're still very good. So to me, Taco Fall, yes, he's like 650k, which is expensive, but I think at the center position, for how the game is right now and with how the market is for the center position, I feel like it makes sense. And these 2 cards, Taco and Rick Smith, are absolute giants and amazing offensive cards and just overpowered to the max. And these are going to be my top 5 obtainable point guards in the game, top 5 obtainable shooting guards, small forwards, power forwards, and centers as well. Hopefully you guys found this video helpful, and I'll catch you boys in the next one. Peace.